load. Okay, that's number one. And then number two, we're going to turn on Facebook.
Sorry, Neil. I got a call and couldn't unmute myself. But yeah, no wins today yet.
You got some wins?
No, not today.
Not
today. I
no,
actually just got a referral today from a past client. A friend of his wants to sell a property, so I would say it's a lead right now.
Activity begets activity. Good for you. Congratulations. Okay, we're going to start shifting over and talking to Melissa. I think this is going to be exciting. I know it's going to be exciting. I'm excited. And as soon as the live stream comes on, okay, any moment now. I put Melissa's information if you want to send her some referrals. And I tell you, if you send her referrals and the client's even half alive, she's going to close the escrow. Okay, welcome to MasterMind with Neil Schwartz and our special guest, Melissa Grasso. Let's give her a big hand. Unmute yourselves. Woo! All right.
Yay, Melissa.
Yay, Melissa.
So I've been working with Melissa for the last about 5 or 6 weeks, and we've been doing different things to help her explode her business. And one of them was that even though she's a veteran agent, she's showing up for role play, et cetera, that we encourage all of you to do. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But Melissa, before we get started, I don't want to steal any thunder from you. Give me the little Reader's Digest version. How'd you start in the business? Where did you start? You know?
Yeah, so I started.
How did you, sorry, 1 second. I didn't ask you this before. How did you meet a professional commercial fisherman from Alaska and end up having a family with him down here in the States?
Well, I ended up meeting him. Actually, he was a cook in a restaurant when I met him, ironically, and I was a bartender. And so he had taken a little break from commercial fishing and then realized there was no money in that and went back into commercial fishing in Alaska, Dutch Harbor. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us your little story there.
So you want me to tell your my story about how I started?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I started in 2019. I was at Realty One. My friend told me to go there because it was less money. Couldn't close a single deal for the first 6 months. I was doing open houses, everything, trying to get a deal. And I thought, you know what, real estate might not be for me. Ended up getting, actually, I got a cold call from Nikki, who she's actually a TC over here for Randy still, but she was a recruiter at the time before Randy became Century 21, and called me in on a cold call. And I ended up meeting my mentor, Mary Melendez. She used to work for the company, no longer does. But anyway, long story short, came in, met her. I said, you know, I don't think this is for me. Really want to team up with someone so they can show me what to do in real estate. And I split my first several deals with her. And within that first year, I ended up closing, I think, 6 deals by the end of the year. So,
okay, so
I couldn't do anything.
6 months, 6 deals.
Correct. Yep.
Right.
Yep. And then the next year, I went up to 10 and then 20. And then I hit Centurion in 2022. And then 23, I did 27 deals. And last year, 26 deals after I switched the company. And right now I'm holding at 10, and I have 3 listings and 1 pending.
So she peaked out, did lots of transactions, got all kinds of money, hit Centurion, our top award, and then figured that the grass is greener on the other side of the street.
Yeah, I did.
Whoops. So so tell us about the grass being a little bit greener. Was it really?
It was not greener. So I did switch to real brokerage in 2023, but the beginning part of 2023, you know, was recruited over there. You know, oh, you can make extra money on the stocks, and you know, it's less pay, and you can get agents to go under you. Well, the problem was I got over there, and although my numbers were pretty close to the same volume wise, it was very lonely with no one that ever came in, and just no support. Just was not for me. And it really broke my momentum a lot. And so long story short, I came back to Century 21 Masters over here to the group. And I'm happy that I did.
We're thrilled to have you back for sure. But we had talked a little bit about something that I think is an issue. I've been Century 21 basically my whole career. But you were talking about it, you shifted from being a strong listing agent to being a buyer's agent. Why did that happen for
You know, yeah. So honestly, I think that going over to real brokerage, because they aren't a big name. And so when you go to listing appointments, it's like, you're with this cloud-based brokerage. And a lot of people are like, well, what's this company all about? So I feel like that took a little thunder out of my confidence, to tell you the truth, in listings. And I started noticing I did a lot more buyers than listings the short time that I was with them. Yep. Because I think it took away from my confidence. Century 21's big name, big brand. I think it does help. I really do.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. So, okay, you don't have 27 years in the business, you don't have 40,000 people in your database, but you do get a good amount of business from your database, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and so how do you follow up on your database? Tell us more about that.
So I mean, I try to go in there every day and, have my leads set up there in follow-up box of people that I need to reach out to. I try to put birthdays in. That's always kind of a reason to reach out to someone. Oh, I'm updating my records. I would love to have yours and the kids' birthdays, so that I can, make touches that way, see how things are going. I've been trying to do, not as consistent as I should, but going back into my database to past clients that I sold a home to and saying, hey, did you want a current market analysis? So we can kind of see where your home's at price-wise. How's everything going with the home?
Let's talk about that, because you actually make a system out of that.
Yep.
Okay, you want to tell us about that?
Yeah. So I ask them if they would like a current market analysis, to see what kind of equity they've earned. Usually they say yes. And then I send over a short CMA. So you can do it in the MLS. It's just a short CMA, the quick one, just do a little search around the property and give them kind of a range of where I think that their home's valued on. But I do it by way of a bomb video. So I do a bomb video and I share my screen with the CMA. I keep it real short. So most people's attention span's not very long. So I try to keep it to about a 1-minute video and just give them that analysis. And then I drop a hard copy in the mail after that, snail mail.
Right. So they're getting a electronic email with their valuation. They're getting a smiling picture of you, saying, hi, here's your stuff. How expensive is Bomb?
It's about, I have the more upgraded ones. I think it's about $69 a month. And I use it a lot. I use it for pre-listing presentations. I use it a lot. I feel like people then, they get to see you on video and they feel like they already know you before you come to the appointment.
And I think we talked about when you send the video, you actually explain the CMA as in the 60 seconds.
Correct. So I walk them through the columns.
Walk me through the script, how you would script that. Obviously don't have whatever your last one was.
Okay. So, let's say that I pulled a short CMA and I'm going to say, okay, what we're going to do is pull homes within a half-mile radius of your property so that we can kind of see what's active, being competition, what is pending, meaning it's in escrow but hasn't closed, and then of course the closed comps in the last 180 days. And then I walk them through the values of each property that's similar to their home in that area.
You do that with this energy and that speed and get it done pretty much in 60 seconds?
I do. Yes. That's what I try to do. I try to get it done quick. And then I can also see with Bomb who's watched the video and how much of a percentage of them that they've watched it as well, which I like to track it.
And then you send that over. These are not people that are asking for a CMA. These are people that you've asked if they would like it. A competitive market.
Because everyone wants to know what their home value is worth. And, we know that Zillow and all the big guys out there, they're not always accurate, obviously.
Sure. Got it. And so how long does it take to pull that together and do the video? A couple minutes?
A couple minutes. And I mean, to do the research, maybe another 5 minutes. So maybe total about 8 minutes once you start getting consistent with it.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Good. And you're getting business from that?
Yes, I do get business from it. Yep.
Okay. Good.
Works well.
Excellent.
You never know who's thinking.
Yeah. Well, no, you're right. Absolutely. So we were looking at expanding your business, trying to get other sources. And so you'd never worked expireds before, right?
Correct. Never cold called really a day in my life, to be honest with you. I'll try to avoid it, but I
So
know that
that's-
it's effective.
So in the first 4 years of your business, you closed 80 transactions without a cold call.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. Okay. Just think if you did cold call.
I know.
Oh,
This is what
oh
I'm
my
working
God.
on now. This is what I'm trying to work on, because you can always be better. That's for sure. And you get stuck in your ways.
All right. So listening to us talk about expireds prompted you to make some calls.
It did.
And about how many calls did you make?
I probably made about 200 calls. I did 100 calls 2 days in a row consecutively.
200 outbound expired calls.
Yep.
Did anybody beat you up?
A couple people, funny. I didn't get too many people on the phone, but I left messages because I thought, you know what the heck, I'll leave a message. So,
Okay.
so I did leave messages.
And that message got you some people that call back?
Yes, I got one lady to call back out of the 200, and she actually wanted me to come over for an appointment to.
No way. That can't
Yes.
be true.
True. It worked.
Wow, good for you. But you went on the appointment, and the lady was a little bit kooky.
Oh, way kooky, and wanted way more money than this property was worth. Like, definitely over the top.
Got it. But listings are so important right now. You decided you weren't going to take the listing if she was going to be a drive you crazy person.
Correct. I did, because I already have a couple of those right now. And
Smart girl.
sometimes you have to walk.
Yeah, smart girl. Good stuff. Very, very good. Okay, so where do you think your next listing is going to come from?
Well, I'm hoping I'm going to get one of these expires, because I got to keep consistently working on them. You just get better and better and more comfortable. It's kind of a fear thing. And then once you pick up the phone, and then you can just start kind of doing it. And I'm trying to kind of make it an addiction for me so that I can put that into my schedule every day. Because I think there's a lot of business out there with expireds right now, honestly.
So you come to our role play. So you'd never done any role play work before?
Not really. Very inconsistently. No.
Why?
I don't know, just always fought it, right? Like, it doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel natural. But if you don't have some type of script to go by, you're just flying by the seat of your pants. And
If you don't know
the
what
seller
to
will
say,
control.
yeah, if you don't know
That's
what
right.
to say or how to say it,
Right.
Hey, so have you been coming, you've been coming to role play for the last few weeks on and off?
I have. I've been trying to commit to at least 3 days a week, but I've actually been more than that. And then I actually added an extra day, even with Miguel, in the afternoon. And I really like it. I feel like it's very good for your confidence.
You and Miguel did some listing presentation role play, right?
Yep. Yep.
You didn't know Miguel before, you met him at role play,
Correct.
right? Okay. Miguel, by the way, she says nothing but nice things about you. I can see his teeth were chattering. Oh shit, I'm in trouble now, right? No.
He's really good. He
Yeah.
said, "What's going on with you?" Like, I was like, "Oh, my closing skills are not very good." So kind of made me realize that you really do need some type of script to follow to keep control of the listing. So you're not there for 2 hours like I normally am.
So your typical listing presentation is a couple hours?
A lot of times I get stuck in there. Yes.
Wow.
I
And
know.
so what do you think it's down to?
I've gotten it down to about 45 minutes. So
Okay.
getting better.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's because you're using the scripts more, or you just stopped talking?
No, I am trying to use the scripts more. I've been writing them down, and then I bring the script on my little clipboard. I typed it out the other day so that it just kind of sticks in my head of what questions I'm going to ask while I'm there. Because it's all questions, and they're all important questions.
Yeah, you need the answers, right?
Right.
Absolutely. That's great. So you're coming to the expired script class that we're doing. We do a large multi-level class, but then there's an expired script class. We beat you up too much in there?
No, I like it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm trying to make an addiction out of it, because I think it's kind of like, I don't know, being a realtor is kind of like being an actor or actress, right? Like, once you start to get into the role, it doesn't seem scripted. But if you don't
Yeah.
practice, you're not going to be very good at it, which I'm
So,
working on it.
Melissa, you started out a little bit slow. You got a little bit of momentum. You had a mentor there helping you out, etc. How do you keep your head in the game? You have 2 kids or 3?
I have 2 kids, so yeah, they're grown, but still,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, do they
I
ever
show up every day.
you have to show up every day? So let's talk
do.
about that. How do you do that?
I just make sure that I put it on my schedule, to if I don't, I'm in Anza now, so that's kind of far from Temecula to get here at 8, but I've been trying to push to try to be at the office at 8, for the role play. And if I can't, then I turn on my Zoom at home in my home office and I do it. And then I take off and come down to the office to work.
Good. You do better with calling, prospecting on the phone or over in person?
Like I said, Neil, I've never really done the cold calling thing. So I feel like that's been going okay for me. But door knocking is another thing that I've tried, which, I haven't had a whole lot of success out of it. But again, I haven't been consistent. I think you have to be consistent with anything you're doing before you roll it out.
So, but you also have an athletic background, right?
Yes, I do.
And athletics gives you a degree of consistency, I would think.
Yep, it definitely helps.
But if I don't have an athletic background
Mm-hmm.
and my mom isn't beating me up to get out of the house and do what I'm supposed to do on a regular basis, how do you do this? How does one do this kind of stuff consistently? Because we know if you're not doing stuff consistently, you're not going to be making money at the levels you want to make, period. End of conversation.
No, you're not.
So
You just have to, you got to get a schedule going. I do affirmations and gratitudes every day too. I think that that's very important because no matter what, there's something to be grateful for. Even if you're having a crappy day, there's always something to be grateful for. And then affirm what you want in present tense. And I've been writing those down for years and I think it's helpful.
So on the crappy day when you didn't get the listing and you didn't get the buyer deal and the appraisal came in low, give me some affirmations for that.
So today is a great day. I say that one a lot. Today is a great day. Another day in paradise.
How many times do you have to say it before you start to believe it?
A lot.
A lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Amy, did you have your hand up? Amy, did you have a question? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so let's slow down here for a minute. Any questions so far of Melissa? Covered a lot of interesting things here. Any questions? Miguel, when you were role playing with Melissa, how is she doing? Any comments or thoughts on that?
Yeah, I sent her recording. I told her to review it, watch it, make adjustments, and she was all over the place. That was her words. I was all over the place.
Very true. See, I need work.
Okay,
I have
but
a
you were
question.
able to, sorry?
No, go
But
ahead.
you were able to help guide her with what she was doing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good. He's very good at scripts. I would not guess. I mean, he was good.
I just read it off the script book.
Oh, that's great.
Well, you're much better than I. I go all over the place. That's like, but I work on it. And the role play does help with that if you do it consistently.
Good.
Oh, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. I have a question for Melissa. Melissa, what would you say is your reason and your why that you're here doing this?
Oh,
I'm
great
do it
question. Thank you, Miguel.
My reason why that I'm here doing real estate.
Yes,
So
yes.
I would have to say for my family, I mean, number one, my kids, they're everything to me, even though they're older. I just put my daughter through nursing school, so she doesn't have any student debt, paid for everything, helped her out. I'm up with my parents too, so they're important. My husband's great, and my son just finished lineman college, so made sure he didn't have any student debt. And so that's my why.
Well, that's good.
My family.
Excellent. Good stuff. So if you run out of paying for those kids, do you have to have more kids or do you adopt?
Hopefully I don't have to keep paying. No more kids.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we got that. All right, good. Great question, Miguel. So your why is your family.
Yes.
Do you keep that written in front of you? Do you know that do you know what's coming up, etc.?
Yeah, I do. I have pictures all over my little board here in front of me at my office as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. So that's what throws you out of bed on the days you don't want to work, when you put that in front of you or you put it in top of mind.
Correct.
Well, that's great.
Yep.
I have a
Yep.
question for,
Good.
Yeah.
Edward, did you have a question?
yes, so what's your daily schedule? Like, is that consistent as an everyday schedule that you have? What does it look
Well,
like?
so I would love to say that I'm a perfect person. I have this great consistent schedule, but then I would be lying to everyone. So I just try. I think the most important thing is making sure that you make your contacts every day. So I do try to make whatever amount of contacts I say I'm going to do. I try to make it happen. So even if it's 15, I try to make sure that I at least touch those 15 people. I try not to throw big numbers out that I'm not going to do. And then just getting up consistently early at a certain time every day. I do like to exercise in the morning. That helps me. I mean, I know everyone's not into that. The role play has been super key, because I think that it helps motivate you and get you going and helps you know what to say. And then I think doing your calling first thing in the morning is the best time before your day gets away from you. Because at least if you can win your morning, the rest of the day, you can do what you need to do. And reviewing inventory, like Neil's been talking about, I think that's super important, especially if you're new, because if you know the inventory, you can talk real estate with people. If you don't know the inventory, well, you don't know. I think that's important too. Reviewing
Well, you
inventory.
keep saying that because I've been saying it for almost 50 years and nobody listens.
Well,
let me rephrase that. I would say everyone would answer the question that they know, but almost no one takes the activity.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Implementing. That's what you have to do. And I'm really bad about that too, because I'm human. You take on all this information, but just pick a couple things and do it and be consistent with it.
100%. Great point. Eduardo, great question. Any follow-up to that? Okay, good. All right. Any other questions for Melissa before we move on here? Other questions? I wanted to ask Melissa, tell me about your work. Let's see. The question here was BombBomb. I didn't want to get past that. Can you talk a little bit about BombBomb? It's been around for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I really like it because that people get a feeling for your personality and what you're like. And most people are pretty instead of emails, they all go in the junk. But with the BombBomb, what I like about it is that not only, if you send the video over, even if it's a cold lead, say you're sending someone just evaluation on a cold lead, you can see who watches the BombBomb video too. So then you can you can throw them into your CRM. I always do snail mail too. That's another old school thing that I'm really all about. If I have a conversation with someone, I try to get a mailing address and throw them a card in the mail too. In addition to that, but the BombBomb, you can track it. You could do video. You could even do a video to your sphere of influence. Like, hey, I was just checking to see how you're doing. And it's a video rather than a boring email. But I really like it for the CMAs because it just walks them straight through the information. And I can see who's interacting with it. And that kind of sometimes flags me to know who might be thinking of selling, right? Because if they're watching it over and over again, I know.
Anybody else on here use BombBomb? Tess, you use it pretty successfully.
I also use it for follow-up because it's always nice. Oh, by the way, hi, Melissa. Nice.
Hi.
Always looking.
Hey, Tess, do me a favor. Move the camera so I can see more than your forehead.
You have a big. You can't.
I need to get you a higher chair.
All right. So my point was, whenever you make, this is me, okay? If I make kind of calls and follow up for the follow up, it's always nice to see a face, more personalized. So I use BombBomb. I love BombBomb. It's more personalized, especially for the follow up.
Yep. You can put it in newsletters and everything. There's a ton of stuff that I don't use on it that I should, because honestly, there's so much that you can utilize with BombBomb. I
Right.
really like it.
Well, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
I put Melissa's email address and phone number in the chat box for any of you that want. Melissa, what is your market area?
So my market area is, I mean, I try to stick in Temecula. That's where I've lived for like 23 years. So it's Temecula, Murrieta, Menifee, you know what I mean? That area. I've done a few deals out in Anza where I live. It's more rural, not a whole lot out there, not too high end, but I'll do a few deals here and there. But primarily the Temecula area.
Got it. And is there a
Yep.
particular source of business that you get?
Like as far as,
Well, where does your business come from?
well, I mean, my business, I'm getting a lot of referrals now. So I get a lot of that. Sometimes I get some stuff on social media too. So I do
Okay.
try to do some, make sure that everyone knows that I'm a realtor on there too, without being annoying. I do a little quote of the day because that's my quirky thing that I do.
Okay.
A lot of my fitness people. And then open houses, a lot of people don't like to do open houses, but I don't do open houses looking for the buyer. I do open houses looking for the nosy neighbors that I can hopefully pull a listing from. So I've been pretty
so-
successful with that as well.
All right. So tell me more about that. I mean, do you market the neighborhood, door knock
Yes.
the neighborhood? So
I do. I
what's your
always the day
routine for an
before.
open house there?
So the day before I give them a flyer. So I make sure that I invite them over to my open house. I tell them that I have food and refreshments because I always like to make it kind of a little bit of a party instead of just having a boring, sometimes I'll have even a little champagne if someone wants it. Not likely that people drink it, but every now and then, just waters, hors d'oeuvres. I do little cups with the, salami, like a cucciatore board type thing, but in their own, I've realized that people don't like grabbing off a tray. So I put them in their own little cups. But yes, I invite the neighbors over, and I have pulled many listings that way because some of the nosy neighbors are thinking of selling and they get to meet me.
So and would you only do your open houses, or when you got started, were you borrowing other people's open houses?
I would borrow other people's because like I
Yeah.
said, you never know. And that's how I pulled in listings when I was newer too, doing someone else's open house. The neighbor comes over. Next thing you know, they want a value. Next thing you know, they're in my follow-up system. And, you don't always get the listing right away, but maybe a year later I get the listing. So
Right.
6
And
months
then-
later.
Okay, cool. So, would you do an open house without doing the marketing before the open house?
No, I think that you should do the marketing. I think that that's important. And neighbors like to see that because they see, oh, wow, she's out here working. People like to see people work. And I think that brings people to you. The energy, the act of working brings people to you. I don't know why, it just works.
So right now, it's not as easy to get open houses because if it's a decent open house, the listing agent generally wants to do it on the weekend or something like that. Do you would recommend doing open houses during the week, 3, 4 in the afternoon till 5 o'clock? Is that an option?
You could, I would say so, because you can switch it up that way. You know what I mean? And you might get more neighbors that come to those type of open houses too. You know what I mean? Because maybe with their schedules, they're busy with their kids' sports or things like that on the weekends. So an evening thing, I think could really work out well. And
I
you can always
guess-
call outside agents that aren't even with the company if you really needed an open house. There's some lazy
Yeah.
out of town ones.
Naughty, naughty.
Uh,
Naughty, naughty. We want our agents. Absolutely. Okay, so other questions for Melissa? Brian, did that answer your question on BombBomb?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and I can send you the video too. If you email me, I'll send you kind of what I do if you want to see it. It's a real quick video.
Yeah, we were actually trying to do that before the call right now, but we just couldn't get all the pieces together. I thought that was really cool. Okay, other questions for Melissa? Melissa, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Let's say we're a newer agent or new agent.
Okay.
They don't have much of a past client or sphere base, although everybody has more of a base than they think. Would you agree then with that?
I would agree.
Yeah, people that fix your cars, where you go
Yeah.
get your laundry cleaned, it said the eye doctor, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many people that we don't ask. But if somebody was starting off right now, what's the 2 or 3 things you would suggest? You're their coach. What would you recommend?
So I would definitely recommend the open house option because I think you get belly to belly people that way, right? People are coming to you, and 9 times out of 10, people they're looking to buy something in the next 30 to 60 days.
Okay.
So open houses, I think, is a great way for belly to belly. I'm also a talkative people. My kids always say, "Do you know that person?" No, I'm just good at talking to people, but I wouldn't, randomly, if I was talking to someone in a store or something, say, "Oh, by the way, I'm a realtor. Here's my card. Do you want it?" I find a way to slide in like, "Oh, yeah, I was just at my open house," to kind of open the gateway for that, to be able to open a conversation for someone to ask about
Do
real
you
estate.
wear a name badge?
I don't. I used to. I haven't worn one in a long time, but I think that's a great idea too, because people ask questions.
Yeah, I hear that all the time, that people get, oh, I didn't realize you were in real estate.
Right. And you can't be a silent realtor, that's for sure.
No. If you're not if you don't have the gift to gab, or you don't have the gift to learn to gab, then this is not the best business for you guys.
Right. Social media is a good way too. So if you tour inventory, you can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which I need to start doing this again too, where, go to some of the new construction, okay? And pull your phone out, do a quick little video, and make a video for social media, letting them know there's so many deals with new construction right now. That's a great target for, for buyers right now, because they have a lot of good deals, 3.99% interest, lots of deals at some of the builders right now.
Hey, Jackie, can you hear me? I've always got this question. I was told back in the dark ages, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, that you couldn't take pictures of listed properties and put them on social media. Maybe I'm being too simplistic there, but are there?
I think the outside, I mean, let's face it, that's public. I wouldn't go inside and start taking photos, but outside, I don't see a reason why that would be a problem.
And you wouldn't.
Or if you ask the
sign in-
listing agent, I think if you
Right.
ask the listing agent, you're okay.
Oh, yeah,
And then
definitely.
right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So you could
Okay.
put that on your post, like marketed by Melissa Grasso, but listing by, and put that agent's on there. And you're just giving more
Yeah.
exposure to their listing.
So if I was previewing property this week and I called 6 agents, I should call 25, but if I called 6 and talked to the 6 about previewing their house, and say at the same time, by the way, I'm going to do a 20-second promo on this for my social media, do you have a problem with it? Would you recommend texting them and getting an approval of it?
Yeah, always better in writing. Real
Okay.
estate.
Yeah,
101.
that makes sense.
I
Real
don't
estate
want to give you
101.
guys advice not to do something that'll get you in trouble. However, what I'm telling you to do here, what I'm recommending, what Melissa's suggesting, and Jackie affirms, is this is an amazing source of opportunity.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of agents do that. And, I was out visiting homes today and this is what I saw. And Melissa's absolutely correct. Just mention the listing.
And then
Yeah.
you get the preview property.
At the
And
same
then-
time.
And then if you come
Yeah.
to the role play class in the morning, you get to learn what to say and how to say it. Okay, that's really good. And then what else could we teach there? Oh, how about financing? How about, I had a guy come to me today. Okay, I don't see him. I had a guy come to me today and ask me, when he's holding an open house and somebody says, what is the payment? He didn't know how to answer. Now, I know you guys know how to answer, but maybe sometimes we forget. Get the mortgage guys and gals to give you 3 financing opportunities with the payment, so that you have a cheat sheet with you on your open house. Okay, I happen to know how to calculate it. All right, and I keep thinking everybody else does, and I keep being wrong. But you guys could do a cheat sheet and know that, with $3,000 down, they could buy this FHA $500,000 house for $1,952 a month or whatever. Okay? I think
Very true.
that's a really important point. Melissa, you know how to do the calculations, but do you make sure that on an open house, you know what people are asking? You anticipate the question and then have the answers?
Yes, I try to do that because people always ask. There is an app too that you can get through. Like I have Tycor Title, and so they have a great app, and it'll break down the payment on anything. You can put right in there what the buyer's down payment is, etc. And then you can even get the buyer's phone number by saying, "Hey, I could text this over to you if you'd like to see the breakdown."
You sound like a salesperson. You sound like you've done this before. Good for you. And then you text it to them, does that download into Follow Up Boss for you?
You know, I don't think that it automatically goes into Follow Up Boss, but I can go back in and put them into my Follow Up Boss. You
Pull
know,
it
the more
back in.
information, the better. I like to get addresses too, because if you can somehow get like a mailing address, I like that. I like that physical card too.
No, 100%. 100%.
You know, so they don't forget you.
And how many of you have things in your database that don't have an address in it and don't have all these other things that we should have? It's part of the 333, right, Jackie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Other questions for Melissa today? Other questions?
I have a suggestion.
Sure.
When we're talking about the badges, you know how like you go to the Mike Ferry event and they give you the badge with a string?
Yeah.
All you have to do, because sometimes, I lose them, All I have
Never,
to
not
do-
you.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the badge,
I know.
fall off.
I know.
So what I did was I took the name out of the Mike Ferry and I put my business card. And then when I go door knocking, all I have to do is wear them.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's repurposing it.
Exactly.
Don't tell Mike he's going to charge for that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
People that way can see who you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great. Great idea, Tess. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Perfect. Good stuff. Other questions for Melissa or any other thought? Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Melissa, what do you do with your afternoons? Like you said in the mornings, you really try to get your contacts. What do you do in the afternoon?
So in the afternoons, I do try to tour inventory. And one of my big inventory, I should do resell more, but I do tour more of the new build inventory. And the reason I do that is we have a ton of that around us. And I go in and make relationships with the builders agents and ask them what their quick move-ins are, what their deals are, how much closing costs can they offer to my buyer. And then I know all of these things. So when I talk to my buyers, I can, because if you don't, then they'll randomly wander into those new builds and you don't get that easy commission. It's the easiest commission you'll ever make. They do everything for you.
Really smart. And so you could actually have a little social media thing with the top 20 builders this week. You went in, did the work, and then you could do a call me for their special deals.
Correct, because there are a lot, and then you don't tell them where this deal is, like, oh, it's this area, and then, buyers, people DM you and ask information, and they don't care if you do the videos, you know what I mean? So you can do the videos for the builder, and then you build relationships with those builders agents, which I have a couple that they'll say, just send your client over to me because they know I've sold a lot of deals over there. They don't even make me come the first time because they know I'm always hustling. So they'll say, Melissa, just give us your card.
They like Melissa, but they don't like me. So be careful. Go in person. All right. I don't want you guys to lose a $15,000 or $20,000 commission.
It's an easy sale. The new build is so.
Exactly. Good. Excellent. Okay. Any other questions? Any other thoughts off the cuff here? Gonzalo, you always have great questions. Anything?
Sorry, I just joined.
You just joined.
What's that got to do with the question? That's a fun thing. We should just go right into ask a question. Ask questions. Learn how to ask questions class.
Yeah, that's actually good.
All right, good stuff. All right, everybody, unmute yourselves. Let's give her a big hand. All right.
Thank you.
Fantastic,
Thank you.
fantastic. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Excellent. Melissa, really, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having
job.
me.
You've done
So
a
fun.
terrific job. We're really happy to have you back. And you know, everybody makes a whoops sometimes, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm here
Exactly.
to stay now. Come to role play. I would encourage everyone to do that because I really have been enjoying it. Pretend you're an actor or actress. It's kind of
Okay.
fun.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, right now, Melissa, we're going to go around the room, ask what we've learned. And if you can stick around, great. We understand if you can't. But who wants to share what they've learned from Melissa today? Who
Her
wants to go?
energy is contagious.
Thank you.
One of the very, very, very first things that popped out at me
Yeah.
when she came into role play was
Uh-huh.
that she was in your face. She's just powerful woman. Absolutely. Good. Love it. Sean, did you have something you learned
That's
today?
because she's logged in. So
I learned nothing because I just got on.
Oh, sorry about that.
I
Go
wanted
ahead.
to be on time.
That's time management class is next. Good job. What else did we learn today? Anyone else? Go ahead, Elizabeth.
We all make mistakes, like when she jumped ship, and we're all always learning.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very true.
And even if you jump ship and make a mistake, the door's not locked behind you.
Yes, Neil will always take you back. Thank God.
This is
Yeah.
true.
That is very true. That is.
You don't burn bridges.
I'm not intentionally. Not intentionally. Good job. All right. Jackie, did you pick up anything that we can share today?
I think what Melissa does is she actually works like this is a real job.
I tried to do that, Jackie. Yes.
And I wasn't on at the very beginning. Which office are you from, Melissa?
I'm from the Temecula office.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
You're an excellent role model.
Thank you.
You know, one of the things I'd written down here from our talk earlier, and I think all of us are starting to get a little more guilty with this, is you were telling me you're spending a little bit more of your time texting now than calling. You want to talk a little bit about that, Melissa? Because I think that was a really important point for me.
Yeah. Sure. So, I mean, I think that everyone's gotten so out of out of calling people and communicating and being like a normal person. So texting becomes a way. And, I had some older clients and, I was texting and I kind of realized I was like, gosh, maybe I should ask them if they're good with texting or if they prefer a call. And they said, oh, no, we would definitely prefer a phone call. So I just feel like there's a loss of communication with texting because all the emotions taken out of it. Sometimes things are misconstrued. They can't hear your energy, your tone. And so I think that it's important to, pick up that phone instead of just doing the easy way out of texting and then seeing kind of what the client wants, what their preference is.
Yeah, so that was one of the things we talked about is make sure you ask the client. So of the ways we can communicate, telephone, texting, email, phone call, which do you prefer? And if they say, well, kind of phone call and texting, okay, great. So in what order? Do you want a phone call first or a text? Do you mind? I think a lot of our issues that we have in communication can be helped in a positive way if we're asking those questions. So
I think that's totally true.
Yeah,
because I just assume everyone texts. Everyone, I can send paragraphs. And then if you get a driver that's like, they text back, yes, no, then you really know you probably should pick up the phone.
Exactly.
My son is like that. He's like, Mom, just call me. You're sending paragraphs.
Right. Hey, just on a side note, Melissa, this is just something I was reading when I looked down. Real ID. Who's got their real ID now?
I do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. 5 of you. I don't have it yet. I'm still in the accumulation of information act.
Oh yeah, fun.
But just know that they will not let you on an airplane right now without your passport or the real ID. So if you're running to the airport to get on today and you don't have a real ID and you don't have your passport,
You're
go
not
to a
flying.
coffee shop, go to a coffee shop instead.
So do you actually go to DMV for that? Or how-
Yeah.
That's what
Yes.
I've been told, Tess.
Mhm.
I actually looked it all up. I had my wife pull things together. I walk around with my my passport now.
Oh, okay.
I might have to make a quick getaway. I don't know.
When I got my real ID now, I went to Needles. It's a little tiny place.
Yeah, I know, Needles.
Oh, then you got in and out probably.
They helped me. Everything. They're so helpful. There's like 3 people in there. So if you're really desperate
You know,
and you need your
Costa
real ID,
Mesa,
go to take a trip to Needles.
Costa Mesa, DMV has a similar thing. But anywhere in Los Angeles, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Needles, the next time, maybe I'll go to Needles.
Yeah, go to a small place.
I need to get the stuff.
I know it's not
Sorry,
the nicest place
Melissa,
in the world.
anyway,
Yes.
Thank you so much. Great
Thank
job.
you.
I'm
Thank
looking
you.
forward to doing this again next year after you've really crushed the numbers. This is what you've done.
Yes, let's go.
All right, everybody, unmute yourselves. Let's give her a big hand. Woo! All
Thank
right.
you.
Yay.
Bye,
Good job,
guys.
Melissa.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Melissa. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Email me if you want that video. I'll send it over.
I do, please.
Okay. Thank you.
In fact, if you do it now, I could probably post it. And then, let's see, we have,
Let me see if I can
Miguel's
do it.
looking for more role play partners. And let's see, it is Gonzalo. It looks like you're up, baby.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, let's go. You know, we have 3:34 and 4:30 open for anybody that wants to do a little bit of showing off later. Melissa, how come you're not on open mic?
I need to do that, Neil. I have not
I
been.
hear a butt coming.
I need to here, I went off of Zoom now. I need to get on it because I think that it's helpful, keeps you accountable for sure.
So here's what's interesting. I have 3:34 and 4:30 open. Which would you prefer today?
Oh, look at you close.